doesn't show up. Okay, so let's say that we know two sides. This says 4.5. My pen's being quirky this morning. And so we know side A, we know side B, and we know angle C, the two sides and the included angle. So if I want, my goal is to find the rest of the pieces of the triangle, and if we kind of go like we did last section, I guess we could make a list of what we know and what we need to know. And so we know side A, and we know side B, and we know angle C. And so the law of cosines can help us find side C pretty quickly. Get our hands to work out. I'll write down the formula so we've got it right in front of us. Remember, the side that we're trying to find, we have to know that angle there. So if side A is 9 and side B is 4.5, we just plug in and we push the buttons. This is a tedious kind of a formula, and it's just a matter of pushing the right buttons, asking your calculator the right question. I think I remember that was 122 point something. I didn't actually write it in my notes, but it was something like that. But the square root, when we take it, and the instructions in the book say, let's round to the nearest hundredth. Let's round to 2 decimal places. So I found out that C has length 11.06. Now, once I know that third side, or once I know a pair with an angle and a side straight across from it, there's not a rule that says you have to use the law of cosines to find all of the missing pieces here. If you wanted to practice, and now that we know what C is equal to, you could use that to find the included angle B by using this version of the formula, only with the B's instead of the C's. However, law of sines is probably more shorter and more direct. So once I have that missing side and I have a pair again of a side and an angle, then I could find either of my other two angles. Maybe we'll say sine B over 4.5 is equal to sine of 105 degrees over the new C that I just found, 11.06. From here, and this is what you have already come from this section, I hope. So sine B equals whatever that is when you multiply the 4.5 up, and then when you take the arc sine of both sides, the inverse sine of this decimal value, you should find out that angle B is 23.19 degrees. 23.19 degrees. Then, of course, once we know two of the three angles, we can take 180 minus those two angles to get the remaining angle, angle A. And we should find out it is 51.81 degrees. And if you want extra practice using the law of cosines, you could do it 3 different times. The version where you find the angles for B and A, you should get these two values here. But again, there's not a rule that says you have to use that over and over. We did have to use it on the first law of sines would not have worked to find side C. We didn't have enough information there. But once I have side C, I can go back and use anything else I've already learned, okay, to fill in the rest of the pieces.